Hi, I'm Giselle. I talk about buying and selling businesses, and I give free business advice for founders who are in between 50K and 2.5 million per month. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like to engage more with my content. And also, I'm available for direct messaging on other platforms. So just drop me a comment and I'll get in touch with you. Today I'm talking about selling your business for multiples. Well, if you don't know what multiples are, you can check this other video that I have here where I explain how multiples actually are leveraged and calculated for business acquisition and other mergers and acquisitions strategies. So today I'm going to talk about how to sell your business for thousands and thousands of dollars. So really selling it for a good multiple, maybe 3 times your profit, 5 times, 7 times your profit. And if you don't know what multiples are, you can check my other video. But basically today, let's focus on the 5 problems that business owners often face and why they will not be able to sell their businesses. So first of all, business owners will often struggle selling their business. And I'm talking about small to medium-sized businesses. And the reason why is the business is too reliant on the founder. This means that if the founder leaves the company today, the company will die. The processes, the tasks in there, the sales, everything is very dependent on the founder. And that's the first problem that they will face. So to solve this, it is very important to have a management team into place that will take care of the business, in case the founder is not there. Of course, we're talking about recruiting, we're talking about training, we're talking about learning curve of the business, of the processes, of everything that the business has to offer. This layer of management is actually difficult to build, but it's something that investors do prefer and that they do look into their acquisitions. Having this layer of management in place is very important to also have processes. And the processes need to be everything around the company, right? Since the finances to the sales, to the marketing strategies, to the operations themselves. If you have everything documented, this will make your valuation better. So imagine that instead of having a business with overhead, you have a machine that is running and ready to be sold to another party, an investor. And when investors see that your business is running end-to-end without the founder of the business, it is actually a lot easier for the investors to have trust into buying that specific business. Problem 2 is concentration of products, customers, or suppliers. So easiest example is you have a client, and this client represents 50% of your revenues. So all your revenues will drop by 50% if you lose this client. This is a concentration in your customer base. So it's very important to diversify, to have different clients. Same if you are attending brands. You cannot be only reliant on a given brand to execute your services, to generate your revenue. You need to be multi-brand, you need to diversify, you need to expand your partnerships. And by diversifying this customer base, you will have, let's say, a customer base that does not make your business dependent. Same for your products. It could be that you have one leading product that has more 15%, that represents more than 15% of your sales. If that's the case, it's also very important to diversify your products. Same for the suppliers. If you have suppliers in which you are very reliant on to have your products or to deliver your services. That's a risk. You also need to diversify your supplier strategy. In case one supplier faults, you have the possibility to carry on your operations, carry on your product, production, or services without harming your revenue. So concentration is number 2. This will decrease your valuation. Well, it depends on how reliant you are, but it will decrease your valuation. It also needs to be avoided. Problem number 3 is about your sales model. So how you earn the revenues of your business. Investors will be asking if the current revenue will remain the same in the future. So after selling the company, what is the probability, of your revenue remaining the same? So there are sales models that, of course, are more predictable. Sales models, they are subscription-based, contract-based. They make your cash inflows a lot more predictable, and investors do like predictability. The more predictable your cash flow is, the more your valuation will be. So try always transitioning your approach to generating revenue to subscription or contract-based. We know that sometimes it's not possible. Some businesses are very reliant on consumables, which means that the client needs to go to a store to buy the product, and you have a lot of seasonality when that happens. But if possible, of course, having a subscription base or a contract base, for example, if you are an agency and you do long-term contracts with the clients, that's ideal, makes the cash flow a lot more predictable. And again, predictability is a major point in the valuation setup. Problem number 4, investors will ask if you have untapped opportunities in your business. What does that mean? Untapped opportunities are like add-ons, upsells, cross-sell, anything that you could add to your product base. That's complementary product, complementary service, maybe an upgrade in the package of the client. It really does depend on the business model of the business, but these untapped opportunities will also be a major factor in the valuation of the business. Another point very important is cost reduction. To apply financial engineering into the business, the investors will need to see that cost reduction is also an opportunity, to increase your margins, whether gross or net margin. And if you have the possibility, to showcase those untapped opportunities to the investors, they will be a lot more interested in buying the business. And now, last but not least, we have problem number 5. And problem number 5 is scalability. So investors will be interested in businesses that can actually scale and grow faster, right? And there are some ways that a company can scale, which is vertical, horizontal, and also through geographies. So geographies, of course, are you able to expand to a new city, new country, new state? That's geographical expansion. Now, horizontally, by adding new products, new services, you are expanding your chain. And this also can be a potential scalability opportunity for your company. So if you do see that, negotiating with the investors, that those are also untapped levers for the scalability of the business, is also very important. And last but not least, again, vertical. A business can grow vertically by acquiring new business, merging with new businesses, and investors will also be on the lookout. Of course, it's always important to talk about defensibility here. Who are your competitors? Where are they in comparison with you? And if the investors could see that your competitors are also in their acquisition plan and could be an opportunity to scale the business that they are about to buy, then this will increase the valuation. So I hope that by tapping into these 5 problems, you can address them into your business, and hopefully it will improve the negotiations you are having with investors, and of course will help you sell for a much higher multiple. Thanks for watching.